Ladies and gentlemen, get ready for an experience like no other. Tune in every Monday at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for The Mary D. Show, where the ordinary meets the extraordinary. The Mary D. Show brings you powerful insights and inspiring stories from a diverse range of guests. Join our incredible host, Mary D. Welch, as she sits down with thought leaders, business owners, and changemakers, sharing their journeys and successes. From career professionals and entrepreneurs to educators and beauty advisors, Mary D. Welch interviews sports figures and health enthusiasts, offering a platform for extraordinary voices. Explore the world of extraordinary people and places in business and finance, homes and real estate, beauty and wellness, education and empowerment, sports and health, and more. Want to be a guest on the show? Call 619-669-8603 or email marydwelch.com. Visit www.marydwelch.com to learn more.
Welcome, everyone. I know you're saying, well, what happened? Why is she all the way over in the corner of the screen? Well, that's because I'm not the only one on today. So we have not only our special guests on, we're gonna have a flyer that's gonna be on. So here, let me see if I can make it just a little bit bigger. So I'm not. Can you see me now? Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Mary D. Show. We are back for another beautiful Monday. What can I tell you? These Mondays have been just gorgeous. And it's about 80 degrees here where we are right now. So it's just beautiful on this Monday. I'd like to first thank you to our live viewers. Hi, live viewers. Thank you to our replay viewers. Hi, replay viewers. I'll tell you, replay viewers, you are showing out. You are truly showing out. I have gone back and saw other shows and watched. Wow, the replay viewers come on. They watch. They come on later on, and they're supportive. So thank you, replay viewers. I'd like to also thank you to our executive producer, Oliver Welch. Hi, babe. He's in the background. And when you guys didn't see him come in, he was in here a few minutes ago. And he was just doing his executive producer thing, bringing stuff to me, make sure I'm ready for the show. So I just want to thank him for that. I also want to thank you to our sponsors. Number one sponsor for the show, the Idea Club. Yay, Idea Club. If you're looking to have a 501c3, if you're looking to have a C Corp or an S Corp, you want to contact theideaclub.com to get either of those things done. If you're looking to write a book, and I'm going to do a blink, blink, blink. Those of you, I'm going to say this because I don't know how else to say it. I'm just going to be honest with all of you because I hear this all the time. People come to me literally almost daily now. And they'll say, oh, Mary, I have an idea. I want to write a book. I want to write a movie. I want to write a play. I want to write this. It really is that kind of energy. And I hear them, but I don't see anything. I don't see the work. I hear the sound. Remember, that's called lip service, but I don't see them doing what it takes for it to actually happen. So I'm going to caution all of you. And that's because many of you have heard today about Malcolm Jamal Warner passed away. Even though I didn't know the man, I knew him through watching the Cosby Show and watching the other shows that are on. And someone told me I just heard just before I came on today that it was whitewater rafting. Oh, we are unable. You can't hear me? Oh, thank you, Oliver. Hold on. You guys can't hear me? I didn't know you couldn't hear me. What happened? Hold on. Because my sound is up. It sure is. I don't know why. Let me check. Make sure I sound. So you do, Oliver, can you hear me now? We are able to. Is that? I don't know what you're writing, babe. You have to tell me. Can you hear me? Yes or no?
I didn't finish. It went up. Are you able to go to YouTube?
Yeah, that's why I'm on YouTube.
We're able to see it. I thought you said you couldn't.
You can. You can't see it on Facebook.
Oh.
Okay.
That's what I said.
Okay. Oh, okay. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. You can't. Let me explain what's going on Facebook so everybody knows. That was Oliver's test. On Facebook, I'm locked out of my Facebook account. That's why you aren't able to see it on Facebook. So I apologize for that. You said you can hear me. Thank you. San Gabriel Valley. Thank you. So anyway, now I digress. Let me get back to the show. So I thought he was writing, you could not hear me. So that's what made me stop, because I'm like, no, you don't want to have a show you guys can't hear. So he said, no, you can hear. So I see the comments coming in, but I definitely wanted to add to this before I get started with the show. Ladies, gentlemen, life is short. That's the only thing I can say. We think we all, and I'm no different. We think we all have time. We all think we have time. I promise you that man thought he had time. He thought he had plenty of time. But we don't know. None of us know. None of us have a crystal ball and know. So I would encourage you, if there's something you want to do, do it. If there's something you want to write, write it. Don't play games with this time. Right now, and I just shared this with one of my best friends just before I came on, and we talked about this. I said, I personally know, think about what I'm saying here. Personally know 5 people who have come to me and said they want to write a book or want to write 5. It's hard. I'm getting choked up just thinking about it. All of them thought they had time. Some of them, from the time they said it to me and they passed within a few months. And these are people that should look at them. Everything looked fine. And then some, it was a couple of years. But guess what? Of those 5 people, not one wrote anything down. So I'm saying this not to scare you, but to scare you, if that makes sense. I'm saying this because somebody needs to say something. People are leaving here, ladies and gentlemen. And I don't want you to be one and you with your book inside of you, or your music inside of you, or that play inside of you, or that movie inside of you. Because if you don't write it down and you don't publish, even if you write, it'd be good, write it down and publish. It'd be good if you could do those steps. They're not as hard as you think they are, but you gotta start. There's no other way. You gotta start. So I feel like I'm begging people, especially after hearing about this young man, because my goodness, that's young. That's young. I didn't know how young it was until I wasn't that age anymore. This is what I always say. The older I get, the younger it seems to get, if that makes sense. So, but I'm saying all this to you because it's just touched my heart today. My heart goes out to his family, but I just want to share that with you. Okay. Now, I almost forgot. Let me put my number up. If you're interested in writing a book, I'm going to say this number to you. I'll put it up on the screen. Give me a call, and I can help you do that. I am a book coach. That's what I do. I help people take your idea from an idea in your head to actual book. I help you do that. It's 619-669-8603. 619-669. Let me put it on the screen for you. 8603. No, it's not up there. Hold on. I will put it right here. Good. 619-669-8603. Give me a call and we can talk about, if for writing, it can be poetry, it can be a short story, it can be so many things it can be. There's no limit to what it can be. But the point is, write it down. Just write it down. And I do feel like I'm begging. I'm begging because I know how serious this is. So that's why. Now, I've gotten the commercial over. I want to introduce to you our special guest for today. And I'll tell you, ladies and gentlemen, I'm so excited because even though I am going to read you this wonderful lady's bio, I have to put my personal caveat in there because I've known her now for about 5, maybe 6 years, and she was one of the mentors that mentored me through NCNW, National Council of Negro Women. Many of you know I'm the chartering president for the Riverside section, and under her tutelage, the section not only is not has not just started, is thriving. I'm no longer the president, but I am very active in the section. It's so interesting. Though I may not be the president, that's one of those things. It's like you having a baby. You still want to watch that baby grow. You may not, even when our children get grown, we still watching over them. And that's how it is with starting a section. And I just have so much respect for this lady. So I'm going to read you her bio to give you some idea, but it really does not begin to tell you who she really is. I'm just honored that she took the time to be on the show today because I know she's very busy. This Saturday is the Black Family Reunion, and this is under her leadership. Southern California is having the Black Family Reunion. But let me just read you her bio so you get an idea. Her name is Dr. Helena Johnson, and she's the president of Southern California Coalition of the National Council of Negro Women, or NCNW. She has been a member of the National Council of Negro Women since 1981. Dr. Johnson has held all elected positions within a local section. She has held various elected positions in the Southern California area and on the national board, which is extremely impressive, ladies and gentlemen. Dr. Johnson is a Legacy Life member, a Life member, and a multiple, they call BHRP. It's called Bethune-Heights Recognition Program Achiever of the National Council of Negro Women. In her position, she has oversight of 15, soon to be 16, if not more, local sections ranging from Bakersfield to San Diego, California. She volunteers with various community organizations, affiliations such as San Bernardino County Education Commission, Dreamers, Visions and Leaders, High Desert, the League of Women Voters, and others. Dr. Johnson is a member of the National NCNW Governance Committee, the National Program Committee, and the President's Circle Committee. She's the first Black woman and second individual to graduate from the California State University, San Bernardino, doctorate in educational leadership. In her quote unquote spare time, she bowls with her son for recreation. Dr. Johnson is a visionary who believes that all things are possible with hard work and patience. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to bring to the show Dr. Helena Johnson. Dr. Johnson.
Good afternoon, Mary. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for that wonderful introduction, Mary. That was nice.
Oh, Dr. Johnson, I mean every word. And we've known each other now, what, about 5 years?
If not longer, because when I was a member of the Inland Empire section, you were as well, and that was a number of years ago.
It was.
Yes.
I'm sitting here now. I'm going to put this up probably a little prematurely, though, because Dr. Johnson, you are as we know, the regional president, but it's a big event coming up this Saturday. Am I correct?
Yes, you are.
That is the one I really want to share with our audience today, because I have the flyer. I download the flyer, and now, of course, I can't find it. I'm looking. I said, now I know I have the flyer here to show the audience about. Oh, maybe I put it here. Here we go. I think this is it. Yep, here we go. I want to show them because the flyer has changed.
Yeah. The flyer continues to change.
It did. It changed from when it was about a week or so ago. I was looking at all of the sponsorships and the entertainment and all. I said, wow.
Yes, ma'am.
Why don't you share with the audience about how important this Saturday is?
This Saturday is extremely important. We need as many folks to show up as possible because we have the same goal today that we had when the Black Family Reunion first started back in the 1980s, and that is to validate the Black family and the solidification of the Black family. It's one of those myths that's been out there forever, and this event was actually created and started by Dorothy Height, back in the 1980s in order to respond to a lot of that family structure and a domestic life. There were so many things that went on that was negative. One of the big ones was back in 1986 when Bill Moyers put on a big special about the vanishing family and it was a crisis in Black America. And even today, as you listen and you have conversations and you hear people talk, it always seems to try to come back to some type of crisis for African Americans. We can see all of the things that happens with everyone else, but somehow for African Americans, it is multiplied so many times until we would think that we just don't even know why we're still surviving today. I mean, there has to be something there that it makes us strong and keeps us going. And that was one of the things that we wanted to make sure that we validated by having events like this.
I can tell you, we plan on being there. Oliver and I are definitely going to come on Saturday. And we're excited about it because I know the planning that has gone into this. And I want to thank you now for the vision of, I know it has started, it stopped for a little while, and your vision to start it up again and say, we need this in our community.
Yes. It's a great need in our community. We do lots of things all of the time, and we're always promoting one thing or another. We promote a lot of different other people. We partner with other people and so forth. But this is the opportunity where we promote ourselves and where we gather information for ourselves and where we share what we have with others. And so this is all about coming into your community and giving you the things that you need and not just having you be a part of someone else's dream, but for you to know that this is your dream and that you've been living it ever since we've started doing all of these types of things back when Civil War, from the Civil War all the way up to now that we're fighting another war. That's ongoing. We don't stop. We never stop. As Fannie Lou Hamer said, I'm tired of being tired, but we have to keep on going. We can't stop.
Well, we have some comments from our audience, and I want to make sure I get the comments in because I know, audience, when you're involved and you're leaving comments, I want to make sure that we hear them. And we have Ethel. She says, "Hello, Mary. Hello, Dr. Johnson." That's Ethel Rucker. Hi, Ethel. Nice to see you. And then she said, "Yes, we can see you." I'm glad. I know it was one of those things. This is what I have learned. Technology is not perfect. I've just learned that. And I'm going to keep the flyer up, ladies and gentlemen. I'm hoping that you can take a copy of it, or that you can come to the family reunion on Saturday. It's from 10 to 7. The address is on the flyer. Did you want to give them the address, Dr. Johnson?
Yes, the address is 3720 West 54th Street in Los Angeles. It's where our council house is. That's the facility that we have and that we own here in the Los Angeles area. I think that's one of the things that's interesting for the National Council of Negro Women and for people to understand who we are and what we do when we have opportunities to have a piece of property like this or a piece of property like our headquarters in Washington, D.C. Because all organizations don't own their own property. They cannot do a lot of the things that we can do with something that belongs to us.
Wow. We also have a comment here. This is from Antonio. It says, "Hi, Mary, and yes, I can see you." Antonio is a super fan, Dr. Johnson. Hi, Antonio. He's at every show.
Nice. Very nice. Thank you, Antonio. Keep going. Keep it going. Keep it going.
And he says, "Hi, Oliver." They always remember Oliver, too. You may not see him, but he's always there.
Definitely. Definitely.
And we have here, this is Miss Kendall, 2011. Miss Kendall. Hi, Miss Kendall. Welcome to the show. And then Oliver, you said we're able to see you. Oh, okay, that's what you were talking about earlier. Okay. And Ethel says, "You can hear us. Good. I can tell you it's good when you guys can hear us. We've had shows where they couldn't hear us, believe me. And this is San Gabriel Valley, NCNW. I can hear you. Hi, San Gabriel Valley, NCNW. Thank you for coming. And Tony said you can hear us. Good, good, good. And then we have Charles right now. I haven't seen Charles. Hi, Charles. Nice of you to come to the show today. Hi, hi, hi. And Sharon. And this Sharon Barnes. Hi, Sharon. I haven't seen Sharon for a minute. It's all these people. And okay, San Gabriel Valley, you said. You're saying, hi, Mary and Dr. Johnson. This is Denise McPherson or Max Peters. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
San Gabriel Valley, NCNW saying, I can hear you. Thank you, Denise. Nice of you to come by. Nice of you to support. Thank you. And we have Ethel. She says, thank you for staying in the fight. Oh, Dr. Johnson, I tell you, she is, oh, I mean, it is what she does is a labor of love. Let me say that, Ethel. It is a labor of love what she does. So I can tell you from somebody who what I know is probably a sliver to what she really does, because it's one of those jobs I call their thankless jobs.
Yeah.
You don't get a lot of thank yous for it, but what would we do without you, Dr. Johnson?
Oh, you would be fine because somebody would pick up that torch and keep going with it.
Oh,
It's
that's
just
right.
it's in our makeup. It's just who we are, and we've done this for such a long time. As some of you know, and some of you may not know, last week was the anniversary of our founder, Mary McLeod Bethune.
Mm-hmm.
And throughout the nation, we did all types of events to recognize her. Mm-hmm. Here in the Los Angeles area, we were actually at the Mary McLeod Bethune Library, mm-hmm. which is on Western and 39th Street. It's a wonderful library. If you have an opportunity to go by there, you really need to check it out. I mean, you walk in the door and there's a plaque with Mary McLeod Bethune's picture on it right there by the front door. And it's been there for a long time. There are also 3 schools in the Los Angeles area that are named after Mary McLeod Bethune. And so we had a chance to visit the library this year. So now we're going to make a concerted effort to make sure we get to all of those schools next year so that we can share that information with you all as well.
Wow. I knew about the library. I knew about that. But I did not know that there were 3 schools in mm-hmm. LA Unified. They carried her name. I didn't know that.
Yes, there is. There is.
That's impressive. Well, but then, Doctor, I know you said a member since 1981.
Yes.
It's when you joined 1981, and you've been on all the positions there on the executive at the local level and probably at the regional, probably too, right?
I have done a lot. I have been around for a while, but as you said, it has been a labor of love. I mean, I really enjoy doing what I do because I like to see people grow. I like just watching the organization. I would say the last 10, 15 years since Dorothy Height passed away and all of the changes that has occurred since that time, we cannot function the way we used to function when Dorothy Height was president, because at that point you could be the leader, you could take on everything, and you could stand out front and you could do things with grants and foundations and so on and so forth that there's no way you could do that today. I mean, she could literally pick up the phone and call somebody and make things happen. And some of you can do that now, but not to the extent that she did. And she did that not only with the National Council of Negro Women, she did it with the Deltas. Our current president, Siobhan Arline Bradley, she has done some really tremendous things as far as business is concerned. And now that's the direction that she's taking NCNW back into. But that's following Dr. Janetta B. Cole, who is our anthropologist, that if you want to know anything about ancestry and history and so forth, you need to have a conversation with Dr. Cole.
Wow. Well, I mean, the women in leadership for NCNW, I was at the last convention, and it is just, it's breathtaking, truthfully. You don't really understand, I think, just how deeply rooted NCNW is, and really what it means to not only at the national level, the regional level, the local level, just how effective NCNW is until you see the bigger picture, I think.
Right. Right.
Mhm.
All right. But even here locally, some of the best parts of NCNW occurred back during the days when Lois Carson
Mm,
was a member. She was also a national VP. And
yes.
all of the programs that were run in San Bernardino and Riverside County, and how much of a hand she had in that, and how many times she actually had Dorothy Height here in Southern California at the
Mhm.
center in Rialto on Foothill Boulevard. I mean, all of these things have happened over the years. They're not just things that are happening now. And I think that, again, one of the basic reasons for having this Black Family Reunion is to share this type of information, because so many of our younger folks don't have a lot of this information that we have not been able to share as willingly as we were 20 years ago. And that's why we have to be so very careful now when we're looking at all of these things that are happening. And that's why we promote things like the Black Family Reunion, because education is going to be a major piece of this event.
And then all the difference. It's so, ladies and gentlemen, not only is there entertainment, there's going to be booths, different booths. There's going to be, I think, even for the small children, isn't there activities for our smaller ones? We're not leaving them out. So this is for the entire
Mhm.
family. This is not just for adults. There's going to be a health area, education
Yes.
area, the entertainment will be there, but there's so much more. So don't say, well, what can I bring the kids? The answer is yes. You can bring your kids. There's going to be food trucks out there. So if I remember correctly, and I was at one of the meetings, I sat there thinking, I think they've thought of everything. That was the one thing. You making sure that we want you to come. Let me say that. We want you to be there. We want you to come out on this Saturday. It's from 10 in the morning to 7
Mhm.
p.m. You're welcome to bring your family, your friends, just come and just make a day of it. And I think you'll really enjoy it. As I said before, there will be entertainment. So don't feel like, oh, is it just going to be, because it's going to be health and so many things involved, but it's not one dimensional. Did you want to add to that, Dr. Johnson?
Exactly. And definitely, because this is set up for you exactly the way that you like to do things. You know, like when you have your family reunion and one person starts to share the information and somebody else says, "I didn't know that," and then by the time you get finished with the conversation, everybody in the room knows, and now you have to go share it with others. That's what this is all about. That's why we do these types of programs, so that you can get this information, so that you can have somebody from the lawyer's offices, the defender's office down there who can expunge folks stuff on that particular day. That's why you have people down there who can give immunizations and so forth. That's why you have people who will have conversations with you about clinical trials and what it really means to African Americans, because that's another huge subject that we really need to take control of. So, and then of course, the food. You guys know what it's like with the food. You guys know everybody fixes those grits differently. Everybody eats them eats them
Mhm.
differently. And we love to have those conversations about it.
Oh yeah, barbecue, all that fried fish. That's these are staples. When you go to family reunions, you're gonna have barbecue. You're gonna have fried fish. If that's just
Right.
part of it. But just
That's
being
right.
amongst, as they say, being amongst family. Just come and enjoy that. You can come early, late, whatever works for you. But between 10 and 7 again on this Saturday. Dr.
And
Johnson,
we
you are.
will
Oh, I'm going.
go
I'm
ahead.
sorry. Oh, I was
No, no,
saying
go ahead.
you are a visionary. What is? I know we're having the family union on Saturday. What other visions do you have for the Southern Cal NCNW?
Well, at this point, we're really working on getting our collegiate section started. We want to have a collegiate sections on the East Coast, just like those on the West Coast, just like those on the East Coast. Every HBCU on the East Coast has a collegiate section of NCNW. I mean,
Wow.
all of them. And it's interesting because we have a couple of young ladies from our area who went to HBCUs who now live in California, and they were part of some of those sections. And what our goal is to make sure that we get those young ladies involved early in their college careers. And this does not matter what type of school you go to. This can
Wow.
be a college, a university, a technical school. As long as they're accredited, they count.
Okay.
And we
Okay.
want ways. This is how we get young folks involved. You've got to start early so you understand what's happening, and you can continue to share the wealth.
I think, without a doubt, that, and I just mentioned this earlier today, of how you have to have young people involved in whatever you're doing, because you're really training them up for what's coming next. And I'll use my family as an example. Years ago, I was about, I guess, 8 or 9. I was in the room when my parents and my uncle and aunt, when they all sat down to plan our family reunion. And they said it will always be on the weekend after the 4th of July, and it's every odd year, which it has been now for like 60 years. And I say that because I was sitting there when they did it, and I was the only, I mean, unfortunately, they're all gone. But I remember that I'm the one that reminds the family of, this is how it started. This was the core of how they began. And you need those young people to keep those ideas going and traditions going. And without them, they don't go. We have a comment from Ethel, and she said, was it from? Yeah, Ethel said, San Gabriel Valley NCNW was the celebration of the Mary McLeod Bethune Library in Los Angeles. The panel was excellent. The ladies shared so much valuable information. It gave us a new sense of pride. Wow. I wish we could have been there. We were at our family reunion. That's why we weren't there. we were serious. We were in Detroit. Because that's why I wanted to go so bad. But one thing I had to finally learn: you can't be two places at once. So I just said, thank you, Ethel. I really wanted to go. I did. And then Oliver said, "Hi, audience, and thank you for joining the show, and welcome. Thank you, Dr. Johnson, for returning to the show." That's the executive producer. Thank you, Oliver.
Thank you, Oliver. I really appreciate that. But this is our job. This is what we signed up for. We are a grassroots organization. We're an organization of organizations. We started out with 32 affiliates. We now have about 39. We know that there's power in numbers. We never set out to do things all by ourselves. We never did. Although some of us think we can, but we know that when we come together in a force, it really works. And that's why, as we continue to move forward, as we build up these college campus sections on the West Coast, we'll start to build that power again, and make sure that we continue to bring all of these young folks along and continue to share our history. Whether somebody teaches it to you in school or not, you should always know your history. You should always know your history. You should always know your history.
Without a doubt, for sure, for sure. I know you've always, for me, exemplified NCNW, and I'm going to tell you some reasons why, Dr. Johnson, is your demeanor. And I say that because whatever is going on, you're always cool, calm, and collected. And that's what I have seen. I don't care what the situation is. I'll be honest, I've seen where you would think that your feathers were ruffled. You were still cool, calm, and collected. So I can tell you, from someone who has has watched you over the years, your leadership style, you don't get all turned up or something. You don't do it. That's not you. You're very thoughtful in your thinking and how you deal with people. At least all the years I've known you, very much considerate of people's feelings, those kind of things. So I just want to let you know that's what I've seen in all the time that I've been with under your leadership. It has definitely been that. In addition to NCNW, you're involved in other organizations. What other organizations are you involved in?
Well, I'm not as involved with some of the organizations as I was when I was living in the high desert. As some of you know and others don't, I moved from California a few years ago, and I now reside in Kansas City, Kansas. And that, again, has to go back to family ties. I have to tell everyone that the reason that I went to Kansas is because my son told me after my husband passed away that I did not need to be living alone. I needed to be closer to family. And of course, all my family's on the East Coast. And so between my mother, and my three sisters, I think I was just coerced into doing what I guess I needed to do it. But having said that, it still goes back to that family structure and what we do and how we communicate with one another. I mean, as many of you know, there are families who don't even speak to each other these days. So to have someone come and say, we have to have you close by, it means a lot.
It does.
I would also really like to acknowledge a couple of the comments that folks have put in there, where Richard Nichols was talking about Dr. Dorothy Shepard, who we lost a couple of years ago, and how important she was to that San Gabriel Valley section of NCNW. This was another of those ventures that Lois Carson was a part of. Every section from the Pomona Valley section, San Gabriel Valley section, Riverside was there, and the Orange County section. Lois Carson was the catalyst for every one of those sections starting in the Inland Empire.
Wow.
And because the Inland Empire, the Inland Empire section was there since 1968, and they were the only NCNW section in the Inland Empire. And Lois knew it needed to grow, just like we're talking about growing now. And this is what she did.
Oh, yeah. And I know right now we're waiting on the NCNW Southwest Riverside section to become chartered. And that's the new, is that the newest one in Southern Cal?
There's another, but we're not quite there yet. We've got 3 colleges going right now. Like we're on the move. We're moving. We're hoping that by the end of the year we have at least 5 colleges, and that one more section that we're looking toward gets started. Yes.
Wow. And I'm going to read what Richard said. Dr. Johnson, if you don't mind, I'd like to say the name of Dr. Dorothy Shepard to keep her memory alive. She started the San Gabriel Valley NCNW in 1991 at my church, St. Stephen Missionary Baptist Church in La Puente. Wow. Thank you, Richard. Thank you for that. And Richard and I, we play bid whist together.
Oh yeah, and we're going to miss Richard this weekend because he was supposed to be the man who came and got the bid whist started at this family reunion on Saturday. Now we're gonna, but that's okay. The Alphas have stepped in. They said they'll take care of it.
Okay. And Antonio said, "Hi, Sister Dr. Helena Johnson. I would love to connect with you. I was going to tell you that I'm an artist with autism," and that's Antonio. Yes, and he's a fabulous artist. I ordered how many cards from you, Antonio, for Christmas? He does. In fact, I have one of his paintings. I bought paintings from him, everything. Antonio is he's an excellent artist. Excellent. Tell your mom I say hi. Hi, Lori. And
that's wonderful.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go on.
Go ahead.
I was reading
And
from.
that's wonderful to know because we actually here at our facility here on 54th Street, we actually have a program where we work with special needs people and we do job training with them. So definitely, hey, I'm telling you, we're all about the family and everybody, however we can make it grow.
All right, Antonio. I'll make sure you get Dr. Johnson's contact information. And San Gabriel Valley, this is Denise, said, thank you, Richard, for the shout out to Dr. Dorothy Shepherd, San Gabriel Valley, and keeping her memory alive and honoring her and other leaders at the 35th anniversary membership social on August the 2nd. Wow, 2025. Thank you, Denise, for that. I'm sure there's going to be an email or something that goes out to so that the whole Southern Cal can represent and be there. And we have another from, is it a Miss Logan? Is it
Walina?
Walina Logan, Legacy and Succession. Go ahead, Walina. Thank you.
Walina's one of our young'uns.
Oh, really?
Yes, she's a wonderful young lady. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome, Antonio. You're welcome. And Walina, it's nice to meet you. I will see you on Saturday. I'm hoping to see you. I don't know what time you'll be there, but I'm sure you'll be there for sure, without a doubt. Definitely. Well, I know too with the like you said, we didn't talk about the new section starting, and this has got to be an exciting time for you too, Dr. Johnson.
Well, it is because we're seeing such wonderful growth. Right. We're seeing. And I tell folks all of the time, this is one of those things that I repeat over and over and over again. Everybody's trying to find their way. It's just like you talking about people writing those books. They have aspirations. People want to do things. They want to get out there. And not everyone knows how to. Right. We have a lot of people who think they know how to. And then when they make attempts and they're not successful, it becomes a deterrent for a lot of other things. But the reality is that's why organizations like National Council of Negro Women are here. Because I tell folks all the time, we take you whether you have a PhD or whether you had a D. It didn't matter. We're still here. And we're going to take you in just like everyone else. So we need to make sure that people continue to understand those things. We don't turn people away. That was one of Mary McLeod Bethune's biggest things. She said, leave no one behind.
Wow, I love that. I think that's what attracted me to NCNW because it was, if I remember, I don't know if it was Mary McLeod Bethune or Dorothy Height that said, come all or come y'all. Everybody's welcome. Was it Dorothy Height? Or was it Mary McLeod Bethune? That everybody is welcome to NCNW. You don't pledge because some people think it's not that kind of organization, ladies and gentlemen. There's not about what, like you said, you don't have to have a college degree. It's none of that. And I say that not that that's a negative. I don't want to sound like that, but I'm saying because we don't limit you. You're not limited. You can come in and you're a part of the organization no matter what. There's no limits.
And I think that really needs to be stressed because we do so much now and we push education so hard. And please believe me, everyone needs to be educated. Right. We're not, that's not what we're talking about. But you have to realize that it takes more than that piece of paper for you to become successful. There are lots of people with that paper, but that doesn't make them who they think they want to be. So that's why we have to keep holding on to organizations like this and making sure that we keep sharing because one of the things that everybody has to know is that somebody has to give you a chance. And somebody gave us a chance. Somewhere along the line, somebody gave us a chance. That's how we kept going. And then when you look at the limitations that our ancestors had, we only talk about and think about the stuff that we know right now. And I have to tell you, folks, if you think about the boomers in the 40s and 50s, just think about the boomers.
Wow.
They just barely had telephones. Think about that.
I know.
Those are people who are 70 some years old right now. And now they can do more with a cell phone than they ever thought they could do with their whole life back in 1950. These are things that you really need to think about. This is what makes that family strong.
It's true. You think about a cell phone is nothing but a computer in your hand. That's all it is.
Exactly.
This
Right.
I remember my English teacher in high school saying this. This is when computers were big as rooms. And he said, this is when they were huge. And he said, the day will come, you'll be able to hold a computer in your hand. We literally fell on the floor laughing because remember, they were huge. And so we couldn't even imagine it being in our hand. It was unimaginable. And we're living it now. It's a way of life now. So, and then we have, well, Lena, I want to make sure. Oh, here, I want to get your comment in. She says, thank you, Dr. Johnson, and thank you, Mira. You're welcome. I hope to see you Saturday. Please come up and introduce yourself, please. I don't want to miss you on Saturday at all, for sure, for sure. Then I saw a comment from, here you go. Oh, here you go. There we go. There we go. And you said, I will definitely see you at around 8:30 in the Education Pavilion. Okay. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. All right. And then Richard. Let's see. Richard, you said, my next door neighbor is Cass Sutton, who is an alpha, and said it would take the alphas to help them make us. Okay. We are appreciative to the alphas, but I'm going to Birmingham for my family reunion, which is important. That is true. You guys in these fraternities and sororities.
Oh, yes, ma'am. Yes, yes.
Brenda. She said, hi, everyone. Hi, Brenda. Nice of you to stop by. Thank you. Good to see you, Brenda. I tell you, Brenda was my roommate at the convention. Because I don't know if you remember, not this one, the first one I went to. I went in my reservation, something got mixed up. And Brenda said, no, you're going to share a room with me. I was like, okay. And that's how that was such a nice experience. It really was. Yes. Ethel says, what is Dr. Johnson's wisdom for these challenging times that we're facing in light of our history being erased?
Ms. Rucker, I think I can answer that pretty clearly. No one can ever erase your history.
That's right.
No one can ever take that from you.
Yeah.
And before we started going to their schools and we were being educated and we knew what we knew, which turned out to be a whole lot more than anyone ever thought, we held on to our history. Then we started waiting for someone else to share our history. That's why we have these Black family reunions, because that's our job. So no one can erase our history. It can never be erased, no matter what anyone does.
I agree 1,000% with that. I think what has happened to me, we are now realized that there is nobody coming to rescue us.
Exactly.
We are the people we've been looking for. We are those people. There is nobody else to look toward. So that's what it is. And Brenda says, that's what sisters do when the call goes out. Is that what they Brenda? You support. I know, Brenda. That's what, and I'll tell you. Did anybody notice I sent it out yesterday? I sent because I said normally I send everything out on the day of, but I wanted to make sure people had time to share it. That's the one thing I knew. I said, if you don't give people time, how you know they're not going to be able to share it? You got to give people time. So thank you, Brenda. Thank you. And we have San Gabriel Valley. Great question for discussion. It is.
Mm-hmm.
It really is. And I sometimes, I don't know if anybody else feels like this, or you do sometimes, Dr. Johnson. Do you sometimes think, why me? When something's going on, why me? It took me a long time to realize, why not me?
Right.
Me. And I think it's been a while, because I used to think, why me? Why I got to do it? Why, And then the reality is, why not you? Why not you? So
that's right.
I tell you, you said you will. Oh, thank you. Thank you, sweetheart. I'm looking forward to meeting you. I really am. And then I saw another question from a comment from Brenda. I'm gonna tell you guys, you be pushing them on there. U.S. history is our history because we built this country and it is in the history books. I can
Yeah,
tell you for a fact. I
yeah.
agree with Dr. Johnson. You cannot erase it,
You
no
can't
matter
erase
what you try to
it.
do or say.
Yeah,
It's in us. It's
yeah,
in us. But we have to make sure the next generation knows. We can't
exactly.
expect them to know. We have to make sure they know. On our
And I tell folks all the time we need to be as stubborn and as steadfast as the Jewish people are. No one will ever forget Jewish history. They will
that's right.
never let you forget Jewish history. Why would you let them erase yours? I mean,
That's true.
it's just that bottom line that you are who you are. You will always be who you are, and as long as you maintain that and stay true to yourself, you'll be fine. You'll be absolutely fine. Because no one can do anything to you that you don't allow them to do. Because we find out that most of the time when we fall into those pits, it's something that we've done that kind of got us over the line that we didn't think was going to. I say this all the time. You know, when we try to work the system, we forget the system's waiting for us.
Mm, yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. That
Yeah.
is true.
Yeah.
I tell you, ladies and gentlemen, I want to make sure too. To give Dr. Johnson. I know we're not near the end, but I don't. If something, some parting words you want to make sure you let the audience know. I am going to put the flyer back up because we do hope to see as many of you or all of you that are here for sure to come out on Saturday. But and this is all free, by the way. I forgot. I don't know if we added that. The family reunion on Saturday is totally free. The only thing you would
Right.
have to pay, if anything, is for your food, but all
Mhm.
of the entertainment, all of the vendors, all of that, you have all that at your fingertips. But I wanted to make
It's
sure you want to say something, Dr. Johnson.
Definitely. I just wanted to make sure that I invited everyone to come out this weekend. And for many of you, I need to make sure that I put out that reminder that this particular event will be dedicated to our sister Joan Powell, who passed away last week. Joan has been a steadfast NCNW member for so many years. You all
Mm,
remember Joan. She was that little lady and she was always there. She, a hard worker. She took care of Orange County as their president for a number of years. She was a Delta. She's just been back and forth with us. And she did all of this while she was very sick.
mm-hmm.
And but she was there and she worked extremely hard. And one of those things that we're going to make sure that we do this weekend with the Black Family Union is to recognize those who have passed on and
Mm.
all of the diligent work that they did for the National Council of Negro Women. So we're looking for you guys. We're looking to you park on the street just like you do when you go to the Taste of Soul and every place else. Just come on down, find you a place to park, walk on over and come and enjoy yourself.
Wow. Yes. Why don't we just, we're going to take a moment of silence for Joan. Just a moment. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We want to honor her because you talked about a hard worker. She was on the national committee. She was the local president of Orange County, dedicated to NCNW. So we want to definitely our condolences to her family because I know this has got to be hard, especially. Does she have one son, or is it more than one son?
She had two sons.
I knew she had at least. Well, I knew the one. I seen. She was at his wedding, I
Yeah,
believe, just
yeah,
a couple months ago, I think.
yep, yep, yep,
Wow. Wow.
yes. No, Richard, the event is not at a park. It's on the street. We have 2 blocks that will be cordoned off. We have permission of the county to do that, and that's where we're going to have our event.
Okay, and we have. Let me see, Leisha. She said. Leisha says Joan Powell was a present light who'll be missed but never forgotten. She is a true love. Thank you. Is
Mhm.
it Lee? I think it's Leisha.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. She was really, I mean, lady, like I said, take care of business, lady. And she's definitely going to be missed.
Yes, definitely.
Hmm.
Definitely. But you guys get ready because our MC, he's a hoot. Many of you have seen him before. I'm not sure that you would recognize just by seeing his picture, but this is the young man. He does the commercial where they are eating the guacamole and he takes the tacos and he's eating all of the stuff. And the guy asks him how he sleeps at night. And he says, on the mattress, on this sort of mattress.
Yeah.
That's who this young man is. He's going to be our MC. He was our MC last year. He is. He's a wonderful young man.
Wow. And Brenda said Jones' legacy will live on. Thank you, Brenda. Definitely, would definitely, for
Yes,
sure.
yes,
So I
definitely.
tell you, well, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to make sure I know you're saying you guys are talking about that family reunion a lot. We are, because we're less than a week away now. So we want to make
Yes,
sure that you'll get this new flyer. I've sent it out twice, but I'm gonna send it out one more time before the reunion. So there's no question about it. You got information. Sent, you can't say you didn't get it. Let me say that information in the community. The word is out to be there. As they used to say, it used to be say be there or be square. But we definitely would like for you. We definitely would like you to be there on Saturday. It says he is
yes,
the mattress commercial also. Oh, he does the mattress commercial too. Okay,
yes, yes.
okay. I remember seeing the one I remember is the one you told me he digs his head in the guacamole, and the man says, "How do you sleep at night?" He doesn't even get what he's talking about. I'm like, and I'm sitting there. I get it though. If he And then Richard says, Malcolm, who played the Cosby, drowned over the. That's what I heard. Richard, we started the show with that. We did. We
Yes,
started. Now,
yes.
I heard it was it a riptide? That's what I heard. That's what I
Yes,
heard.
that's the media said that it was a rip current that took him out into the ocean.
Wow.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
my goodness.
yeah,
I
yeah.
just I just watched Jaws last night, and I hadn't seen it in years. This
Oh
I
wow.
told my son reminded me. He said, Mom, all the time we go to the beach, you don't go any higher than your ankle." I said, "You know why? Because I saw Jaws over 30 something years ago. That was all I need to see. Even though it was a movie, that was and I swim, and I have so much respect for the water. I stay away from it. Just like
There you go. There you go.
I
There
just
you
stay
go.
away from it.
Okay.
And you
And
said,
this other
yeah.
point that Brenda is making about boots on the ground. Yes, we're going to have the Compton line dancers there, and they are going to do the boots on the ground. So, yes, we will be doing that. We will be playing bidwists, and we will be playing dominoes, and the kids will be jumping rope, and we'll be doing double dutch, and we'll be doing everything that you do at your family reunion. So, come on
Wow.
down.
You said yes. Thank you, Mary D. For you're welcome. You're welcome, Denise. For that, this is what I always say. I'm doing my part. That's what I'm doing. I'm doing my part
Mhm.
because I know. In fact, I don't know if you know this. The last family reunion, we were at another family reunion, Dr.
Yeah,
Johnson.
yeah.
That's so I remember I was sharing that with you. That's why we couldn't. But this time we're here. So
Yes, yes, yes. Yeah.
okay.
Only Richard's going away this time.
But I'm so excited. I'm excited just to be there on Saturday.
Yes, we are all excited. We can't wait to see you.
For sure. Oh, and Brenda said, oh, Brenda's clapping. Brenda, it's always good to see everybody. I know we only have 1 minute left, but I definitely want to first thank you, Dr. Johnson, for being here today. I know
You're
you're a
very
busy lady. You have a lot on your plate, but you still took time out to come and be on the Mary D show. And we really do appreciate you. Thank you for all that you do. You're
Thank
definitely
you, Mary, and thank you for the invitation, and thank all of you for coming to listen to us today.
for sure, for sure. And Richard, you have one last comment. It's exactly 2 o'clock. I can get it in. It is. Let me make sure. Great show. I'm going to start my show. The Sandy Rose Show. Thank you, Richard. All right. Thank you again, Dr.
Oh,
Johnson.
okay.
God bless
Thank
everybody.
you.
You're welcome. See you in a week, everyone. Well, see you on Saturday. Come, you got to come to the family reunion. See you on Saturday. Bye, everybody.
Okay. Bye-bye.